That's right, we are back in the back garden shed. Oh my goodness, 10,000 subscribers. Thank you very much to everybody who's been tuning in. Jet Team 2000, your board slides last week were sick. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I've got a bit addicted to sliding around on that coping. I started experimenting with my line and I found if I came over the hip, I could carry more momentum and more speed. And I noticed it was something that Jeff Grosso and Steve Caballero do, and they're my two favourite pool coping board slide maniacs. If you check out, there's a video on the YouTube of Jeff Grosso doing most of that deep end of the combi pool on a board slide, and it really is, oh my goodness. I've got hold of these new extra heavy duty Lil Jawns. These are recommended to me by somebody who watches the channel, who's kind enough to comment in. And these are made out of the same material as your sort of chopping block. And I've got this same sort of material on the caps of my knee pads. I got replacements for those because those were wearing out quickly as well. Just that standard plastic stuff seems to go for a Burton. So this extra slidey, heavy duty stuff hopefully will do the trick. I haven't managed to try them yet, but they do look splendid. Lil Jon. So I popped those on as I was just starting to get down to my graphic, and I didn't want to spoil my graphic. Jonathan Gnorski, are you still riding the Wolf's board? Yes, indeed I am. Yeah, it's starting to show a little bit of wear. Got my skid plates, and they're getting a bit furry on the nose and the tail. I popped a bit of grip on the nose and the tail in freestyle sort of fashion, and that helps me with my Caspers and various tricks where you're flipping it over and standing on there. But yeah, I'm pretty addicted to that. It's starting to get a little bit chafed around the edges. And you've got the purple Cairo bushings, which are the freestyle bushings of choice, and they are rock hard. They are basically like granite. So these trucks pretty much don't move. Not a lot of carving going on with the freestyle setup. Hans Stadler, thank you so much for your videos. You gave me the motivation and knowledge to really put some time into skateboarding again. I'm enjoying it as much as ever now. Oh, nice one, dude. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, just sharing the love. I guess it has been a love affair. I've got a few motivations for knocking up the videos. Most of them are fairly selfish. It's sort of to force me into progressing and trying new tricks, because I found without any focus I was sort of stagnating and going to the skate park and sort of wallying about in the best sense of the word, but sometimes found it hard to get the stoke, because I think the stoke comes from exceeding your expectations. So in order for that to happen, you've got to have some expectations. And I think going to the skate park thinking, oh, I'm going to try this trick, and I think it's a little above my pay grade, I found that when I do finally sort of just scrape out of one by the skin of my teeth, I really get quite excited, because some of these things are things that I never thought would be possible for me on a skateboard. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, Surfing Joiner. John, impressed by the amount of slams recently. Any new aches and pains? Killing it though, thank you, sir. Yeah, I've been, it's been pretty brutal in that pool, because when it goes wrong, it's just, whoa, concrete coping, I've found out, is pretty unforgiving. It does seem to stay put. So I did a really nasty one about 2 or 3 days ago where I came down directly on my leg, on the side of my thigh, on the pool coping. I sort of slipped out on a front side grind and then fell down and got a really dead leg. But I had to lie in the bottom of the pool and think, oh, I wonder what's happened here. I just had to check, because I was really worried about standing up and hearing some sort of Austin Powers style crack, because it was jolly painful, and that hasn't seemed to recover. That's still there. And then I banged my hip as well. So I've got like a hip on this side, a leg on that side, and then everything else. I've been to the gym, so I've sort of got a bit of a burn on that. So yeah, I would fair to say that I'm never not in some discomfort. But I've got my percussion massager, which is like a power drill with a thing on the end. And I've also got a bit of yoga and stretching, and I've been surfing a lot. The surf has been absolutely magazine, like the front cover of a magazine all week. So I've been doing that. So this skateboarding has taken a bit of a back seat, but business will resume because that swell has passed. Maliki, the 70s deck at the back, is it all retro or just some of it? This is an actual 70s deck, the Pro-Am Pure Gold. It features in quite a few videos. It's extremely fun to ride just because it's such an alien creature. It's got zero rocker. It's got absolutely no tail kick, no pocket. It's 6 inches wide at the widest point, so it's pretty slim. It's got zero nose, and I put a set of the Penny skateboard trucks and wheels on just because it turns out that those are particularly good quality, and they're not far away as a modern assimilation of a usable quad wheel. So from a set of roller skates, which is what these would have originally been influenced by. The one in the video I borrowed off of my mate Geordie, and that actually had proper period correct trucks, laser trucks. But these wheels are still really nice, the Penny wheels, and they're very similar to what they would have had in terms of the look and the durometer. I'm assuming the background music is you. Nice work. Yeah, indeed. I do all the music for the video. That's one thing that I really enjoy about the videos, is it gives me an opportunity to record some bits and bobs. But yeah, it's another nice little spin-off from doing the videos. Malarkey, what knee pads do you have? I have the Killer 187 Pro knee pads, and I bought those for doing the vert. You can argue they're a bit overkill for doing the smaller bowls and the mini ramps, but it means that you can knee slide, which is a really good way to get out of learning tricks if you know how to knee slide. So what do you do for a living? You work or got a skate shop? I haven't got a skate shop, and I'm a musician for a living. So I do various activities involving me playing the guitar, be it from my home studio or be it when I'm out live. And the live stuff is just starting to come back in the UK after the COVID. I didn't play live for quite an extended period of time just due to the fact that there were no opportunities to do so. But those have been reintroduced now and then. 2nd of April, I'm back out with an orchestra, woohoo, and playing the guitar in a live auditorium. Oh my gosh, it's going to be exciting. I've seen you in the guitar mags, John. Tom Malone, yes, I write for Guitar Techniques magazine and Total Guitar magazine, and also Guitarist, which are 3 guitar magazines that are published by Future Publishing in the UK, and arguably 3 of the bigger European guitar mags. So I'm lucky to be writing articles and recording bits and bobs for them. Busted Skate Company, how did you find learning freestyle tricks? I found them really hard, but I cheated a little bit because we had a particularly bad run where the local indoor skate park was closed and it was wet outside. So I started skating indoor on a mat. So if you go back to some videos from last year, this time last year, they're learning freestyle tricks, but I'm learning them inside on a rug, which I found you could still slip out, but I found it you could really get into trying to learn the sort of Casper and all those sort of things. And then I found once I'd got that it was a lot easier to take those out onto the rolling concrete. I also found that there was a local sort of play park that had rubberized asphalt, and you could still roll on it, no problem at all. But when you came a cropper, it didn't quite do your coccyx in that sort of nauseating way. It took the sting out of it. So that also features in another video, learning them on that. So I sort of did a 3-stage thing. I did the rug inside, and then I did the asphalt, rubberized asphalt, and then I did the actual concrete. And I found that approach took the a lot of the fear factor out, but I still come an absolute cropper. Rail stands were a really good one for slipping out on. Oh, but there's videos of the rail stand. I think the Casper. There's ones with the truck stand, shove it. Yeah, if you go look back, they're all there somewhere. Do a kick flip. That's Tony Hawk. Uri Jones, if you had a top 3 list, what would be your current achievable 2022 goals for your skating? Air above the coping on the vert, backside, just get the wheels above the coping. Blunt fakie on a mini ramp, small mini ramp, and rock and roll board slide on the pool coping. If I can get those three, I'll be pretty happy. The problem is that I tend to sort of go where my energy is, and I never quite know where my energy is going to be. So I do get obsessed with things as well. So I was obsessed with the vert ramp, and unfortunately all the roof blew off the building that the vert ramp's in the massive storm that we had, and the vert ramp hasn't been available to skate since. So then the weather managed to clear up, and then that allowed me to skate the pool bowl, which I'm now completely obsessed with, and I haven't even thought about the vert. So dropping back in on the vert now is going to be the issue, because I found it was something that I needed to upkeep all the time to stay on top of it, because it's so scary, the dropping on the vert. And now it's just been long enough for me to forget everything about it, so I'm going to have to go back to square one. I did a video where I went back to square one learning to drop in on the vert when I did my hamstring, and I had a good solid 4 weeks off of the vert ramp. From that I just couldn't drop in, so dropping back in, there was a bit of terror as well, because it was my front leg, so I didn't know if it was going to hold me, and obviously your front leg not working on the drop in on a vert ramp is not going to be that fun. Martin De here, what about doing some trip across a part of the country, hitting several parks and bowls with some mates? Yeah man, I definitely want to do that. I've got a tour coming up with the guitar, so hopefully that'll facilitate me to visit some more further afield skate parks. That happened at the start of the year when I was doing a tour, and I managed to do a few skate park reviews. There was one in Manchester and one in Birmingham, so you can go back and check those out. What's your favourite skate video? Oh, it's a good question, so good. I reckon it'd either be Bones Brigade documentary or it would be Dogtown Z-Boys. Those were the two that really inspired me to take up skateboarding. David, I really enjoyed it, mate. Nice one. Thank you, mate, very much for tuning in. Kim Jong-un, I'm a big fan of your content. Keep it up. Much love from Virginia. Oh, yeah, truly international stuff. So thanks very much, everybody. And here's to another 10K. Oh, my goodness, it's getting out of hand. Thank you so much. And I'm going to try and turn this off. It's always emotional. Let's see if I can find the button. Here we go. Make it stop. Oh, where is it?